Hey, how's it going, you swell individuals? It's been a while since we've done a Star Rail tier list. And that's mostly because there's not that many characters out yet, but still, it's nice to change up the pace and see these friendly faces again. And also Herta, how's it going, girl? But today we shall be ranking the Star Rail characters by how good they would be as a roommate. Would they disrupt the peace and make your life a living hell? Or would they become your new best friend? We shall see. So we'll go through the tiers real quick. We have the perfect roommate, your new bestie for life. We have the party animal, the one who is always inviting their friends over. Then we have the clean freak of the home. Then we have the ghost, you never see that ass. Either they're constantly working or they're constantly shut inside their private quarters. We have the messiest roommate ever. And finally, the disruptor of the peace. The one who will go out of their way to not get along with you. So without further ado, let's get into it. So first up, we have Baby Girl March 7th. Now, I can't be the only one who thinks that this girl's room looks really damn beautiful. Like, just by the way she acts, you would think she's a bit of a messy girl, kind of carefree and all that jazz. But nah, she's a very well-kept young lady. So I'm gonna say she's a party animal. Bro, I can easily see her just calling a bunch of her friends over and having a girls' night at your apartment. Yes, and she kind of gives you a bit of a warning, but kind of tones it down. Like she says, oh, it's not gonna be that bad. We won't be too loud. But then, when all the friends get there, they're gonna be in the living room like, oh my god, did you see that bitch from Belobog with the short shorts? She's gonna get freaking hypothermia. I'm sorry. That was my gal impression. I hope you cringed. But yeah, she's gonna be having the girls' night at the apartment while you're trying to relax in your room. But still, you can't hate her because she's really nice and would probably invite you too. So yeah. Next we have DH, my boy, who gives me designated clean freak vibes. Ooh, and he would also be a bit of a ghost. Yeah, maybe you only see him when it's time to like eat and stuff, and you're constantly like, where is that sexy stallion? Go all the time. Like after he's done doing the dishes, he like teleports out of existence and nobody even knows you have a roommate. Everyone's going up to you like, your place is so clean. It's really impressive. You're just like, yep, that was me. Like this man doesn't need the credit because he is a Chad, but I shall put him in the cleaner. Yes. Next we have Himiko, the bad bitch. And I'm gonna say she's the perfect roommate. Yeah, I have a thing for very adult-like characters, and she's very relaxed. Her voice, imagine watching Netflix, just sipping tea with this woman at like 1 a.m., watching some romantic stuff. That is such a vibe, and she would be so down for this. Yes. I think she's also a bit of a coffee addict or a tea addict. Either way, I'm also kind of both of those. So yes, we would get along with the fine cultures of life, and I can't really see any flaws with her, nah. She's not messy, nah, she's top tier. Very nice, Himiko. Speaking of top tier, bro, Daddy Welt is such a vibe. This man, I feel like if you weren't going out of your way to track him down from time to time, he might be a bit of a ghost, but once you have like one really good conversation with this man, you are gonna simp for him like crazy. Some people might be like, he's boring. That just means you're uncultured. But nah, for me personally, as his biggest simp, he is the perfect roommate to just relax with. And he's super open-minded to literally everything. Ooh, and you can introduce him to like video games and stuff. Yes. He's gonna modernize himself, become one of the young folks. That's the path we're going with this old man. Next, we got Silver Wolf, and you are never seeing this girl. Bro, she's the type to lock herself in her room and maybe only go out at like 3 a.m. to get some midnight snacks kind of thing. And that is kind of a vibe. So to be honest, she would be a chill roommate in that regard. Ooh, wait. And she's probably also the type to live off of Uber Eats unless you decide to cook her food. Like you leave the plate outside of her room and just like knock on her door. So she knows to come and collect her daily energy substance. Nah. Unless she's talking to the Uber Eats driver or going for midnight snacks, she is a ghost, without a doubt. Arlan, my boy, he is debatably perfect. I'm gonna say he's perfect, yeah. This man does not get enough love. He's a bit of a Chad, in my personal opinion, and he is also an extremely good financial advisor to a certain astrologist Mona. Sorry, Asta. I feel like this is the type of guy to get home after like a long day of work and still cook you food. And you're just like, bro, it's okay, I can cook. He's like, no, I have to be a good roommate. Bro, he's such a Chad and radiates such big PP energy. Like, imagine just gaming with this guy, going late into the night, just having some popcorn, some snacks. That's a good time. The king of financial advisors is also the perfect roommate. Then we have Asta, baby girl, but I'm gonna say she's the messiest roommate ever. If her roommate wasn't Arlan, her place is gonna be a complete mess because she's super busy and I feel like she barely has time to really keep an organized apartment. Ooh! And she kind of strikes me as a bit of a cat lady. Yes. So she's gonna have like 10 cats and Peppy, her little dog, in her room. Yeah, nah. If y'all have ever seen Penny's room from Pokemon, it's gonna look like that. But yes, dog and cat lady Asta with a messy room. But I still love her. She's great. Next we have Herta. She is 100% the disruptor of the peace. If you live with this chick, it is gonna be either her way or no way. She's gonna find a way to get your butt evicted if you don't follow her house rules. Rule number 1, every room of the house must have a Herta portrait. And why can I imagine her having little cult meetings? Nah, she brings all of her researcher friends over and she's just like, oh yeah, I live alone. And everyone else is like, oh, but who's that guy over there? She's just like, oh, that's just a nobody. Ignore him. Nah, Herta's a savage, guys. It would be so hard to get along with this chick. Unless you're colossally big-brained, yeah, I can't see it happening. Ooh. Wait, I want to do Screwllum, yeah. Because he's like Herta, except he's a nice robot. I was about to say person. Like, this is the type of robot everyone compares you to, but you know you'll never be as good as the Giga Chad, which is Screwllum. Like, nah, he puts up with Herta so well. I gotta give him props. Just well done, you swell robo. With that said, I think he's the perfect roommate. I can imagine him being a bit of a clean freak, but he's so adaptable to doing literally everything. Ooh. And he'd probably have like a cleaning schedule, yeah, because he's a busy robot. So he'd be like, Monday, I'll clean. Tuesday, yo bitch ass better be cleaning. He'd be an organized roommate, a perfect roommate, yes. And he doesn't even sleep, does he? So you can play games with him really late into the night. He would tuck you in for bed. He'd be like, good night, my fair trailblazer. Nah, the robots in this game are such daddy. Oh, wait, speaking of robots, Daddy Svarog is, he's a little more tricky. Okay, I'm gonna say he's the ghost that you never see, but at the same time, it feels like you see him a lot. And here's what I mean. It's because he has such a big presence. Like, if you have this giant hunk of metal going through your apartment, you're never gonna forget that. Oh, and every now and then he brings his daughter, Clara, over to the apartment. Yes! And at first, you're just like, how does this work? But after 5 minutes of seeing them interact, you're just like, this is giving me stage 5 diabetes. Their relationship is so precious, guys. But with that said, he is gonna be a ghost. He's always gonna be busy. But once in a while, he'll come home with his daughter and maybe introduce you and everything. It's gonna be a nice time living with Daddy Svarog. Then we'll do Clara, who is without a doubt a perfect roommate. Like, guys, her presence just makes anyone around her feel comf, and that is the perfect thing to have in a roommate. And she's probably always doing all of the chores and everything. No! Plot twist, Daddy Svarog comes into the house, sees Clara doing everything, and exterminates you. He's like, Clara, this is a bum, eliminate him. Nah, but either way, she's the perfect roommate. Next, we have Braun, who in my opinion is the perfect roommate, but you're probably never gonna see her. The president of Belobog doesn't have much time to frequent her apartment, which is probably the richest thing in the world, so you are lucky to be this chick's roommate. But not every time she actually visits the apartment, I feel like you'll be insanely hyped to see her. You're gonna be like, hey, what's good, baby girl, Braun, I missed you. I'm becoming a bit of a sealer right now. But yeah, she's gonna be the ghost who is a Giga Chad, but you barely ever see her. Next, we got her girl, Sela, who personally, I want to put in the perfect roommate because I'm a bit of a simp. I'll be the house husband, don't you worry, girl. But I'm gonna say she's messy as heck. The girl grew up in the underground. Like, she's the type to get off of patrol, like after a long day of work, and just throw her things on the ground. And you're just like, can you stop leaving such a mess? And she's like, look, I live here too. I'm also paying rent. Mind your business. Like, she's basically gonna tell you off, and you'll just be like, oh, what an assertive woman. My simping nature for this woman is becoming apparent. But yes, she is gonna be messy. Serval, without a doubt, is a party animal. Oh, wait. She also has a really messy workshop, doesn't she? But nah, I'm gonna prioritize the rock and roll lifestyle. Yes. Imagine her having like a karaoke night downstairs while you're trying to relax in your room. Like, no. But at the same time, I think she would invite you to join, and maybe after a couple of drinks, it turns into the best time ever. Yes. But the next morning, the neighbors are knocking, Serval is already gone, and they're just like, next time, I'm gonna call the police. You are so loud. And you're just like, I'm so sorry, miss. It'll never happen again. But it's gonna happen every weekend. Yes, it's gonna be a good time though. She's gonna be a fun party animal, but you can't hate her. She's a Chad, guys. Next, we'll do a little Jeppy. Now, he's kind of similar to Braun in the sense that I feel like he's probably never home, but he's the type to take such good care of you when he actually visits the house. Yeah. So if there's a bit of a mess, he's gonna clean the absolute heck out of it. So nah, it's really similar to Branya. When you do see this guy, you're gonna be simping for him like crazy, but I'm actually gonna leave him right here because he is the designated cleaner, kind of, not really, of the Lando household. So yes, he will be there. Next we have Natasha, and you know damn well this girl is perfect. Like, she's kind of an angel, and to be honest, I can kind of see her being a bit of the mom of the household in more ways than one. Like, she'll tell you to clean up after yourself, but you're never gonna mind because she's constantly taking care of you, giving you food. Like, be thankful son or daughter, guys. Don't take your parents for granted. It's messed up. And at the same time, I feel like she'd be a little down with the more chill, fun activities. Like if you have a game night, you're having some friends over, you invite the really hot chick, and all your friends are like, God damn, you a lucky man having a roommate like that. Nah, cause she's a baddie, but she's also a really caring mother. So yeah, she is the perfect roommate. Pela, personally, I kind of love her a lot. Pela gives me similar to Natasha vibes in the sense that she's not really a mommy, but she would constantly be on your butt to make sure the house is clean. Like if you leave the dirty dishes in the sink, she's gonna open your door and she's gonna like barge into your room. She's not even gonna knock. She's gonna yank the door open, be like, okay, this is your night to do the dishes. I made supper, so your bitch ass is cleaning whether you like it or not. But at the same time, she's really cultured, so she kind of balances out. Like, yes, she's gonna nag you for being a bum, but you can also bond over manga. I know she's really into the boys' love. Even though I have different taste, I think it'd be nice to have her as a roommate, as long as you just don't be a bum again. Sampo, you are never gonna see this man. Yeah. Ooh. And sometimes, like, random people are gonna stop by your house asking for him, and eventually they take you hostage. And they're like, Sampo, if you don't give us the money you owe, we're gonna kill. Hey, what's your name, kid? My name's Bonk. We're gonna kill Bonk. But don't worry, Sampo Koski never abandons his friends. Unless it's convenient for him. But yeah, either way, you're never seeing this man. Like, he is a mysterious boy who I think we'll see again in the future in the game. But as a roommate, nah. Next, we got Hook. She is 100% messy as heck. If Clara is the clean freak child, Hook is the messy child. Like every now and then, when you have to remind her of the house rules, she might get in your face. Like, who do you think you're talking to? That was my Hook impression. Oh, guys, someone in Twitch chat said that Asta and Hook have the same voice actor, and that is freaking amazing. The range is insane. But either way, they're both messy, so they have that in common. Very nice. Basically, if you were living with this child, you would have to be the father. You'd have to take care of her, make sure she doesn't burn the place down. Yeah. Ooh, okay, before we get to the Luofu, I want to do the other characters. So, Julian is Hook's right-hand man, and since he's the right-hand man, I think he's a clean freak. Because when your leader is so messy, someone has to take care of them, and he is that kid who's a bit of a Chad, but the thousand-faced kid is gonna be the cleaner of the house. Yeah, he might give you a bit of lip from time to time, but again, he's a child. Like, not every kid is gonna be like this angel up here, so yeah, I'll put him there. Next, we're gonna be doing both Trailblazers. I'm not gonna separate them. Some people got a little upset, so we shall put them together. And I'm gonna say they're the perfect roommate. Now, this is very subjective. I'll say it like this. Would you guys like to have Sino as a roommate? Because me personally, I would. I think it'd be the funniest thing imaginable. And both of these characters are such memers and easy to get along with that I think it would just be a good time. Like playing video games, watching anime, watching funny cat videos on YouTube. They'd be super down with that kind of lifestyle. So in my eyes, this is a simple explanation. Ooh. And every now and then, they might bring some raccoons over, which might be a little annoying. So debatably, you can say they're messy, but nah, I'm gonna leave them in the perfect roommate, yes. Then we'll do Pom-Pom, who is the cleaner of the home, the clean freak. This man is constantly cleaning up after March 7th spilt juice. That wasn't meant to be inappropriate, you scoundrels. But yeah, since he's trapped on the express, one of the only things he can do is clean. And have you guys seen the little animation with him in the dustpan? It's adorable. Now, guys, I love Pom-Pom. Although we haven't seen as much of him as we have of Paimon yet, I think in the future, he might surpass Paimon. That's just a personal opinion, but yes. I think we only have the Luofu. Oh, wait, no. We're gonna do the Stellaron Hunters. Mama Kafka. Ooh, this is tricky. Have you guys ever had like a bit of a stoner roommate? Maybe they didn't even smoke. They just gave off that high on life energy. And the thing is, with these people, they're super chill. Every now and then, she knocks on the door to your room. She's like, hey, wanna play some games with me? Wanna smash? And then you go to the living room, play Smash Bros with her. It would just be a nice time with Kafka. Yes, she is the mommy of the Stellaron Hunters, but she's not like strict Rosario. Natasha. God damn it. She's not strict Natasha type of mommy. Nah. Nah, I love this woman. I gotta put her up here. Also, she's coming out in like 4 days, so I'm looking forward to that. Next, we'll do Blade, who, it's weird, I kind of love this guy. I think the point I like the most about him is his chill side. Not when he's being the super edgy boy, when he's being the normal, kind of quiet amongst the group boy. Like Silverwolf and Kafka have these crazy interactions, while this guy's just chilling in the back, minding his own business. Be like Blade, not the edgy Blade, the type who minds his own business Blade. He's kind of a Chad for that. So with that said, I'm gonna say he's a bit of a ghost, but it's always a pleasant surprise to see him. Yeah. Ooh. And you know how Silverwolf has been inviting him to game? You could also invite him to game, and maybe by the off chance, he might even say yes, and it would be a good time. All right, now we got the Luofu. I'm gonna do baby girl, the gambling addict, but she's gonna be the party animal. Without a doubt, she is the type to host gambling nights in the apartment. And not the quiet kind, the ones where it gets insanely rowdy. You just come down seeing these drunk old men and this chick who is like high on life. Just gambling away, and you're just like, okay, why you keep inviting these old smelly people into the house? Ooh. And she's also gonna invite you to play, and if you're down with gambling, I think you'd love this, which, to be honest, I think we're all gamblers, because we're playing gacha games, y'all. So yeah, it'd be a fun party animal night. Next, we got baby girl Ting Yoon, who personally, I love this woman. She's so chill, while at the same time, some people might think she's being rude, like March 7th over here, how dare you? But nah, it's just the way she is, and even though she gives off a bit of the slob energy, like she's a little lazy, she also takes good care of herself. Like she's the type that if she goes to a friend's place, she wouldn't mind messing it up like crazy. But when it's her own private quarters, I think it's gonna be insanely clean. So with that in mind, I think she's kind of perfect, and I think we'd get along. So yeah, perfect roommate. Next, we have the Rizzy God, Jing Yuan, who I think is never gonna be there. Like, he gives me the vibes that he just sleeps in his office at this point. And every now and then, when he comes home, you're just like, oh yeah, I have a roommate. But to be fair, it's probably a really rich apartment if you're living with a man like this, and he's definitely the type to just invite you to play chess with him, and he would constantly be smoking you. He would be like, I planned around the plan that you are planning around my plan. Now, personally, I love this man, but you're not gonna see him a lot. Nah. Next, we got Su Shang, my girl. And actually, real quick, I'm gonna change this last tier really quickly. Okay, that's fine. I think Su Shang, is she messy? I don't know much about this chick outside of her interactions with Luocha and DH over here. So I'm gonna say this might be a bit of a hot take, but I think she'd be super down to have a bit of a party at the place. Yeah, ooh, and maybe she invites like a bunch of her brothers in arms to the apartment to just maybe have a game night. Yes! I know it's kind of random, but I feel like she's down to have a really good time when she's not being a Cloud Knight. So if you guys think I'm wrong, feel free to let me know. But yeah. Next, we got Yan Qing. I think I mispronounced that. I think he's gonna be insanely messy. He's the type who like leaves a mess in the kitchen and blatantly walks out. And you're like, hey, what about the dishes? And he's like, you can do them. I have to go do my training with Master Jing Yuan. Like, nah, honestly, he does have good priorities, but being a roommate with a swell, really messy kid like this, yeah, I'm not about that life, guys. Next, we have Bailu, who can go into a couple of tiers because I feel like she's messy. Like, she leaves a bunch of medical equipment scattered throughout the house, and you're just like, it's fine. She's a doctor. She's a good person. I shouldn't judge her too much. But at the same time, I can kind of see her being a ghost because she's the doctor running around everywhere, kind of like Natasha, except I didn't mention that for some reason. But I'm just gonna say she's probably really messy. Yeah, I don't think you judge her too much. If you ever get sick, she'd be the best doctor. She'd prescribe you to stay in bed, give you some good medication, some Benadryl. Not really a bad roommate, just a messy one. You know what? I'm gonna change this. Perfection. Next, we got the boy Luocha, who I haven't done his character quest yet, but we will be doing it on Friday on Twitch. Feel free to check that out. Shameless plug. But yeah, I'm just gonna say from the vibes I get, he is probably a clean freak, debatably the perfect roommate, but I'll leave him here. Next, we got Catherine. Sorry, the robot chick whose name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. I'm just gonna say she's a bit of a ghost because, I mean, she's a busy woman, I guess. I just know she has a high position of power aboard the Luofu, so I'll put her right next to Jing Yuan. And speaking of high positions of power, Yukong and Fu Jian, I think that's her name. But both of these are really busy ladies. I'm gonna say little tsundere chick over here is probably a really clean person. Weirdly enough, yeah. Because she always seems like she has something to prove to the general, and a well-kept living quarters is always a good thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say she is a bit of a clean freak at home. However, if you're the one leaving the mess, she is gonna be smacking you across the face. She'd get all sassy with you, but I think she's really clean, surprisingly, yeah. And Yukong, bro, I could see her having like a house husband. It's a weird thing because she used to be a bit of a wild one back in the day, but at work, she has her face. So I feel like when she gets home, she's like the complete opposite. She like loosens up, kind of just complains about her day with her husband. I guess we're the husband because we're the roommate, but I'm gonna say this is a hot take. Outside of work, I think she's a party animal. Yeah, I think she would love to have an amazing time, invite a bunch of people over from work who are expecting this to be a relaxing time, but nah, there's drinks everywhere. They're having karaoke. Give some respect to Yukong, y'all. Alright guys, that was the roommates tier list for Star Rail. There is a lot I don't know about the characters yet, so feel free to correct me if I made any mistakes. And this was a lot less comedic than my usual Genshin tier list, but again, we will get familiar with the characters. So with that in mind, guys, more Star Rail content is coming. We're actually going to get more into it. So thanks for watching and have a good one.
Thanks for watching. Please sub. Bye.